When people think of Sicily, they think of Taormina, Mount Etna, Agrigento. What if I told you that there's a can't miss city hiding in plain sight? Just 30 minutes from the Palermo Airport is the seaside town of Balestrate. Here are 3 reasons why I think it's a must visit on your next Sicily trip. Number 1, authenticity. Number 2, the beach. And number 3, the local energy. So let's start with number 1, the authenticity. As we all know, if we've traveled to Italy at all, that a lot of the major cities and even some smaller towns in Italy are becoming very, very touristy, which means that they're losing a lot of their authenticity. A lot of restaurants have become tourist traps. A lot of experiences have become tailored to the tourist, so you're not really getting the local experience or the authentic experience. Whether it's cities like Rome, Florence, Venice, it's hard sometimes to find those very local experiences. Now, there's regions of Italy that haven't been as touched by mass tourism. Sicily being a touristy region, but not as touristy as, say, a Tuscany or some of the cities like Venice or Rome, etc. But you know, there's a lot of places in Sicily that are very touristy. You go to a place like Agrigento, and because of the Valley of the Temples, there's a lot of tourists. Or you go to Taormina because of its beauty and its reputation as one of the most amazing Mediterranean cities on the water, that you definitely get a high level of tourism and a lot less authenticity because it's tailored to the tourist experience. And then on top of that, prices go up a lot because of all the tourists that are there. So in Balistrate, the level of tourism is significantly lower than a lot of other places in Italy I've been to, especially a seaside town in the summer. A majority of the tourists seem to be people that come back whose families are from the town, or Germans. There's not a ton of American tourism. There's not a ton of tourism from other parts of Europe. From what I've seen, it tends to be a lot of German tourists and returning people who have a connection to the town already. So it is a very small town. It's a couple thousand people. Obviously that number swells in the summer. But a lot of the quote-unquote tourism outside of the international tourism, the local tourism, comes a lot of times from nearby cities or the province of Palermo itself. I mean, there's people that drive in just to utilize the beach and utilize the nightlife in the city, but they're not necessarily local to the town, but they're local to the region. So it gives you still that authentic feel because it's not mass tourism coming from far, if that makes sense. So this authenticity leads to a lot of experiences in this town that you can't necessarily get elsewhere. So number 1, it's just not overly busy, so you don't feel like you have people on top of you at all times, no matter where you're at. The city center is very busy, but there's a lot of restaurants, bars, bakeries, coffee shops, etc. that have this very authentic feel, and the prices have been kept reasonable just because there's not a massive amount of tourism. Walking along the streets too is extremely fun because there truly is that local feel. It's like everybody knows everybody, and there's a lot of older folks as well that kind of sit around in the piazza or you know, on side streets or cafes just chatting. Like, your mindset of what this traditional Italian village would look like, this authentic Italian village, Balistrate really has that. So that also leads to a higher level of food quality because there's not really tourist traps, because there's not enough external tourists to create those tourist traps or exponentially raise the prices in those local locations. The city is experiencing a lot of growth, so maybe because people are discovering it, it won't be as authentic in 5, 10, 15 years, I don't know. But in the moment, I think it's definitely a hidden gem of authenticity in the province of Palermo. When you're talking, a lot of seaside towns in Sicily have now been, I don't know if I could say it's a good or a bad thing to be influenced by mass tourism. And then number 2, the beach. So honestly, out of all of the beaches I have been to in Italy, I would have to say that Balistrate ranks among the best, if not the best, because the main beach in Balistrate is a little bit outside of the city center or the main town, but it's 25 minutes walking and a couple minutes driving. And the beach, it's a sand beach, which number 1 to me in the Mediterranean is amazing because a lot of the beaches are rock or pebble beaches, which are not comfortable for your feet. So to have like a white sand beach is really nice. The water is also extremely clear. It's got to be some of the most beautiful water I've seen in Italy. Although Italy has a lot of spots with beautiful water, so that comparison, you could obviously pick a lot of different cities that's probably equivalent there, but really no rocks, no seaweed. And I think the part that makes it really cool, besides it being the middle of summer, the water temperature is great. It's not like bath water, but it's also not cold like it can be off the west coast of Sicily, more in the open water. But because it's in a bay, the current, the waves, everything is really calm. So you're able to go in the water, right? And there's really not a lot of waves. So it's really calm. It's like almost being in a glorified pool because it's so calm. So overall, and again, the beach is very authentic. It's full of locals or full of people that drive in from local towns or from the region itself to come visit the beach. So you really get this local Italian experience, and you feel like you're one of the few tourists or outsiders. And like I said before, after having been to many beaches in Sicily and a lot of beaches in Italy, but mostly in the south, I think Balestrate has got to be up there for one of the best that I've been to all around. And then number 3 is the local energy of the place. And what I mean by that, you can tie this in a little bit to authenticity, but because there's so many locals and there's so many people from nearby towns in the region, it gives you this feel and this level of life, especially in the nighttime, where there's this one main street that everybody's out and about. Everybody gets dressed up literally just to walk around the main street, maybe grab a drink, grab dinner. And there's this level of people dressing really nice and elegantly and staying out till late in the evening, drinking, eating, having fun in the summer. And it gives you this really positive energy that you want to be a part of, because there's kids out playing, there's young people out drinking and having fun and dancing and doing karaoke, and then there's middle-aged folks with their kids and older folks even out there in the piazza kind of just keeping an eye on everything, as they do in these small Italian towns, just making sure that they know what's going on and they know all the tea on all the different people. And because so many people know each other too, it's a very familiar family kind of vibe, kind of setting. And it's cool to see all the different ages coming together. And that's what really gives it the energy, is from, little children all the way up to old grandparents. You kind of have this shared energy of being out and about, being social, being off your phone and enjoying real life for a little bit, which I really appreciated. And you can feel that just sitting outside and getting a pizza, or sitting outside and getting a drink and looking around, and just that pulsing energy of the town is cool to see. And it's not necessarily tourist hustle and bustle. It's a lot of people that know the area, right? So it's not kind of tourists looking around, getting lost, or trying to figure out where to go, walking into a tourist trap. It's like everything is kind of so local that you feel that, right? You know when you're in one of those places that you're getting overall a very local experience, and you're feeling that local energy, and you're living what a lot of the other people in that region live in the summer. Now, given in the winter, these places are ghost towns, obviously, because it's warm, there's the beach, it's summer, etc. But within the summer, at least, that energy is so high. So to wrap up, those are truly my 3 reasons why I think Balistrate in the province of Palermo is really worth a visit. And it's it's a less visited city. It's not something super popular yet in Sicily. And as an Italian American going back to visit a city like this in Sicily, it's exactly what you want as an experience. And so whether you're Italian American or Italian descent or not, I think it's a really great place to see a local vibe, an authentic vibe with a great beach and great food scene, as an experience to go somewhere a little bit off the beaten path, but easily reachable considering how close it is to the city of Palermo. And outside of just visiting towns like this or visiting Italy as a whole, if you're an Italian American looking to reconnect with your roots or not forget aspects of your culture, I have something for you. Italian Diaspora Words, Volume 1. This book includes words like manage or fannabola, which you heard growing up and you may still use today. This is available only in ebook, and you can find the link down in my description. If you're an Italian American that uses and knows our dialect, then this book is for you, and you don't want to miss out on your opportunity to never forget the words that you grew up with and that you may still use. But with all that said, this is just a little video that I wanted to put together, which I see as one of the undiscovered gems of Sicily, which is Balestrate. And I was lucky to visit here this summer and have a wonderful experience. And if you enjoy this type of content, then ORIUNDI is for you. And I love putting together these little videos talking about some experiences that I've had, and hopefully it helps you guys maybe figure out places that you want to visit or that you want to see. Ciao for now, e alla prossima.